Welcome, 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 trivalent beings of spirit, mind, and body. Time for the Ask Doc Alkebulanese Solutions Show, sponsored by Prometheus Reborn Universal Foundation, also known as Proof. Its mission is to spread the trivalent understanding noetics, featuring stand-up philosophy that includes anthropology, psychology, biology, metaphysics, medicine, psychodrama, comedy, and music through a genre called edutainment, educating while entertaining, coined by KRS-One. The host of this wonderful show is Dr. Kwaku L. Carlisle Woods, RN, MD, MED-D1, and myself, co-host, Dr. Hamida Rockman Woods, MED, PhD, MED-D2. And that's us. I have the PH.
I have the M. We both have D's. That makes us Doc Squared.
The title of the day's show is You Gonna Eat That?
Okay. But before we do any of that, hot dog, y'all. The Hip Hope Trio Plus. We're seeking edutainment gigs. If you want a group, oh, look at that. That's us. If you want to learn who you are. Y-O-U. It stands for your own understanding. We promise that everybody who attends any of our performances will leave there a better person than they were when they came. And you can call area code 216-375-2742 and get you some edutainment. We're getting new marketing media from Vantage VA, which is an organization based out of the Philippines. And I simply want to say to Jim and
we have a slide
Abby.
for that, yeah.
Abby, okay. Mm-hmm. Jim and Abby, okay.
Oh, I apologize. I did not get that.
You didn't get it. That's all right then. We don't need it. Okay. And we now need to give you the Kwanzaa principle for this month, which is, of course, Nia. It is purpose. Purpose is the first thing you must do always. Mm-hmm. You must find out what you're trying to do. What is your purpose? Mm-hmm. That is always first, and after that is faith.
I want to add that purpose in Swahili is Nia. In Twi, it's Botai.
Botai.
Yes. Of course, as my husband just said, purpose in Nia in Swahili is goal, determination, and of course, purpose. Mm-hmm. And for Botai in Twi, for purpose, aim, goal, objective, intention, mission, plan, and both of them go together.
Yes, indeed, because they're both purpose. Hot dog. We're trying to keep everything lined up, and our Kwanzaa principles are the one thing that we need to get in order to be successful.
Yes. This month of January, we're practicing Nia, purpose.
Yeah,
that's the whole purpose of bringing this up.
Absolutely. The whole month of January is purpose. We put faith in February. And doesn't that sound good? Faith in February.
Well, we're in January right now.
Yeah, we're doing purpose. Mm-hmm. Now, move on to today's show. Mm-hmm. Okay. All living things take in substances for nutrition, nourishment, energy, and physical upkeep. And all living things eliminate the end product of that nourishment.
Imagine that.
The end product of that nourishment, energy production, and physical uptake is waste. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, we're going to discuss waste at some future time. Today, we're going to explore and examine the intake of nourishment and energy as food, which has been humanity's most consistent challenge and difficulty. Lack of food has always been the main reason for humanity's travels to different parts of the planet. Mm-hmm. Lack of food has often been the cause of wars, battles, conflicts. Search for new sources of food have often guided our explorers and leaders. Limits placed on a group's ability to grow, buy, or obtain food have often led to conflict, death, and disease. The ability to grow or obtain more or better foods have often been the basis of many cross-cultural, cultural, and transnational agreements. Food is very important for any living thing. Food for humanity has been a necessity for life and a cause of death. Let me explain. I would like you to look at food a little differently today. We started out when mankind first came upon this planet, eating a meal after a day of hunting, gathering, and collecting the day's nutrition. That's it. Search for food in ancient times. Mankind sure didn't start eating 3 meals at a single point. Eating 3 meals evolved, becoming common in European cultures around the late 18th and 19th centuries due to the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution created standardized work days, needing breakfast, this new meal in the middle of the day called lunch, and dinner. Before this, eating patterns varied widely from one large Roman meal to monastic 2-meal schedules, while hunter-gatherers ate opportunistically. They ate when they could. Historic meal patterns. In ancient times, again, and this is for not a decade or a century, but for hundreds of thousands of years, maybe millions of years, we ate one large meal. If you ate more frequently than that, you were said to be greedy and gluttonous. This changed during the Middle Ages. That first word should be monastic rules and societal structures limit meals. Yet they didn't have food to eat more than 1 meal a day, and they sure didn't have money to buy more food to eat more than once a day. They limited meals often to 2 meals a day, with males restricted on many days. In the 16th and 17th century, this was after the Middle Ages, which is basically the 12th to the 15th century. 16th to 17th centuries, 16th to 17th centuries, this is the early modern times. The British Royal Navy, hot dog, adopted 3 meals to fit shipboard routines. And the concept started spreading all around the world. Again, the British Navy were the people who primarily was doing traveling around for the English. And they spread this concept all over the planet. Breakfast was mainly ship's biscuits. These are hardtack. Lunch was the main meal of the day. And dinner was given as a light supper before you turn in to bed. But from about 1760 onward, the Industrial Revolution gave you factory jobs. And these factory jobs required specific set times for eating. They established breakfast before you came to work and dinner after work, while your midday meal, lunch, was scheduled at work. Workers needed a day meal away from home, and that's what led to the development of lunch. And it came from the words lump or nuncheon. Nuncheon as a distinct meal. And people had to be ready for this new way of eating, just as you need to be ready to change that now. So regardless, then or now, people, get ready. And we got a song all about that. We're going to take to you right now. Hot dog.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh.
People get ready.
For the change you're coming.
You don't need no baggage.
Get on board. Ooh,
You need is faith.
to hear the diesels humming.
You don't need no ticket.
Thank the Lord.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh.
So people get ready.
For the change in Jordan.
Picking up passengers coast to coast.
Ooh,
Faith is a key.
in the doors and board them.
There's room for all among the
Love
loved
the
the most.
most. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh,
There ain't no room for the hopeless sinner.
who will hurt all mankind.
Just to save his own.
Just feel us, y'all. Pity on those whose chances grow thinner.
For there's no hiding place against the kingdom's throne. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh.
So people get ready. There's a change a-coming.
You don't need no baggage.
You just get on board.
All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord.
Use your faith and just
Thank the Lord.
with appreciation, yo.
Thank the Lord.
With gratitude, just then.
Thank the Lord.
Right.
Yeah, yo. That was wonderful. I enjoyed doing that. I hope y'all enjoyed listening to it, but if you didn't, I don't care. By the mid-1800s, this pattern of breakfast, lunch, and dinner had become the norm in Europe and the United States of America. The structured 3-meal-a-day habit is a relatively modern Western construct, formalized by work and societal changes during the 18th and 19th centuries, rather than an ancient human tradition. There was no ancient human tradition of eating 3 meals a day. Again, for most of the lifetime of mankind, we have been eating once. That was what we first came into this world doing. The gatherers and hunters would separate at the beginning of every day, and the gatherers would go gather and the hunters would go hunt, and they would get together that evening, fix whatever food they had obtained, and eat it, and then go to bed. There might be a little singing and drum playing between the meal and going to bed, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay. The cadence of breakfast, lunch, and dinner match the routine of the longer standardized workdays instituted with the Industrial Revolution. Workers ate breakfast and dinner at home before and after work, while lunch was eaten with coworkers at a set time. But we are basically through with that Industrial Revolution, okay? And nowadays, people set up their own hours of work, or they work from home, and primarily work on machines that supply energy and force, or work with computers or other electronic mechanisms. But, and this is the big but, the real big but.
Like a baboon butt.
We still eat like we are shoveling coal, chopping wood, and plowing fields.
Imagine that.
We eat 3 times a day. And we don't need to. No wonder we have such an increase in diabetes, hypertension, vascular disease, heart disease, strokes, not to mention the epidemic of obesity that is causing secondary arthritic and neurological complaints. We don't need the energy that we are consuming, and we're consuming this energy primarily out of habit. So now let's get the cure. Okay. My wife and I started something called OMAD. O-M-A-D. And that stands for 1 meal a day. We started that about, believe it or not, close to 10 years ago now. And it is combating the causes of most of the disease symptoms we cited above. 1 meal a day simply states that you have 1 major meal during that 24 hours. Humanity survived for several hundreds of thousands of years on 1 meal a day. With the automobile taking most of our walking away, and automation relies on and automation relieving us of most physical exertion at work and at home, there is no need for the energy producing calories we now consume daily. No, I made a mistake. Not daily, several times a day. We are killing ourselves by eating like our great-great-grandparents, while doing less physical work than our children. But let's make the logical choice by lowering the number of times we eat and how we consume that meal. Before every meal, pray. before you put anything inside your body, bless what you're putting in. Dr. Emoto from Japan was the person who did the physical scientific experiment that proves that your mental status affects water. It affects the polarity of water. It affects the frequency of water. And all of the food that we eat is basically water-based. Again, putting a positive, enabling image into your food causes that food to be digested better, consumed more completely, leave you less waste.
Imagine that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Every weight loss program tells you, I'm not about to do that. That's where I'm going. Okay. But before we go there, before we do this, I told you to pray because you need to put God, you need to call God before you consume any food. We got lots of different names for our higher power, but no matter what name that higher power has, that higher power has one obligation, and that is when you call that name, whatever name it is, Jesus, Allah, Muhammad, whatever, that higher power has the obligation to come show up at that particular point in time and space. Now, believe it or not, we got a song all about that. Done by a guy from St. Louis, the Ville, where I came from, and a guy from Akron, Ohio, right down the street. And the name of this song is Yamo Be There. Listen to this. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be right
Ooh,
there
all the time.
every time. That is your higher power's obligation. And now, let's move on. I want to tell you about an error my parents gave me as a child. You've heard about the grapes of wrath, and we have a song about the grapes of wrath. There's something that is often given to children by people who love them. And it is generally something that disables them to some degree. My parents taught me that when I eat, I should consume up all the food that is part of the meal, and then drink whatever liquid is served, whether that's water or pop or wine or whatever. You consume all of your food first, and then you consume the liquid. Not very effective. And it makes sure that you're going to have to eat a lot more calories.
Imagine that.
I was raised by loving parents who taught me what they understood. However, they taught me the wrong way to use water. A much better method is to eat a mouthful of food followed by a drink of water. The only thing absorbed from the human stomach is water and alcohol. If you put water in right before a mouthful of food, it gets absorbed and the food doesn't get any use of it. That's why you put the food into your mouth, chew it and swallow it, and then you take a mouthful of water. This allows the food to absorb the water, and it swells in size as it absorbs this water. This does what's called increasing its satiety factor, which means satiety factor is what you are dealing with when you are eating. You have a low satiety factor, and we call that being hungry. A high satiety factor, we call that being full. And drinking water after you have a mouthful of food causes you to eat less food, because the food that you have eaten has swelled up to a size that's bigger than the portion that you originally swallowed. And as such, it's going to exert pressure against the walls of your stomach, and it's going to make you feel fuller. Basically, you can't consume the same amount of calories using water this way as you can using how my mom and dad taught me to eat. So, make that one meal balanced with salad, soup, dessert, and main course. We usually eat around 7 or 8 p.m. Use water effectively, and you will not place yourself on the hospital waiting list like your friends and associates. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm now going to switch topics totally and completely. I have been informed this week about people I knew very little about that were alive approximately 50 years ago. These were people who took part in World War II. The 761st Tank Battalion. The 761st Tank Battalion was a tank battalion made up of all Alkebulanese tankers. Now, they were not given assignments in battle like pink tank battalions. They actually trained in the United States for 2 years before they were allowed to go into a theater of war. And even then, nobody wanted to use them until General George Patton decided we got to use them right now. We have all of these German panzer units that are flooding Europe, and we need this unit. So Patton went and talked to the 761st Tank Battalion, and he told them, I don't care what color your skin is, as long as you kill them German bastards that we're fighting. And he said, people are expecting y'all to be cowards. The German army has been told that y'all are not warriors at all. You're not soldiers. We don't agree. Let's see. And he sent them into battle. First battle they were in against the 16th Panzer Division of Germany, which is one of the most experienced, one of the most crucial tank battalions in World War II. They were on the assault on Russia, and they also overran several other countries. Denmark, I'm thinking of, and maybe Sweden. But this is who the 761 was against. And they had these pink infantrymen that they were supposed to protect. Pink infantrymen from the United States of America. At that time, the United States was segregated, and so was the military. There were no Alkebulanese in pink units, and there was no pink soldiers other than those commanding Alkebulanese units. So the 761st is face to face with the best German Panzer tank division, and they start firing at each other. The Germans had set up this town that they were in, called Vichyville, something like that at any rate. And they had sighted their guns and knew exactly where each shell was going to land. So when the Allied army started attacking, they were under withering fire from all of these big 88 millimeter cannons that the Panzers used. The first U.S. tank was stopped soon as they got into the battle line. And they blew up and burst into flame, and the Germans expected all the rest of the other tanks to stop and go back. No, they charged. They charged right at the people who had just shot this tank. And they overcame them. They ended up running right through the city and taking over the town. A surprise to their leaders, who did not expect such bravery, and such gallantry, such all of the things that the 761st showed. Very soon you had pink infantry units asking for the 761st because they were better than any of the pink units. They went through 138 days of straight missions. A normal tank unit is only up for 10 days. And then they go back to the rear to be resupplied, re-equipped, and rest. Not 761. They spent 186 straight days in combat. No other unit can say that. They never lost a battle. No other unit can ever say that. They were the first people to burst across the Rhine River. This was after the Battle of Bastogne, which was the Battle of the Bulge. The 761st were called in to relieve the German counterattack at the Battle of the Bulge. They were the ones who relieved the siege at Bastogne, and just didn't stop at Bastogne. They ran all the way to the Rhine and pushed the German army back into Germany. They were the first unit to uncover concentration camps. And unfortunately, they understood exactly what these Jews were going through, because they were going through the same thing in America. These men who were fighting and dying for a country that would not let them be full citizens, even though their ancestors built the country. Now, there is one episode I would like to point out, because it is only recently that I can do that anyone can do that. The German examination of the DNA of the chosen of God, the chosen of Israel, during King Solomon's reign, showed that the children of the chosen of Israel were those same people who were sent to South and North America during the Atlantic slave trade. Those were my ancestors. This was the Jewish tribes of Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. I've been told I'm from Judah, but almost everybody in the Bible was from Judah. King Saul, King Solomon, King David, Joseph the carpenter, his wife Mary, their son Yeshua, that the Romans called Jesus of Nazareth, all of them from the tribe of Judah. Most of us were from Judah. In World War II, when we first opened up concentration camps and saw what they had done to German Jews, the children of the original chosen of God, that was my ancestors, opened those concentration camp doors and freed the new Jews. I thought it quite significant that the original Jewish chosen, their descendants, were the first to free the latest Jews, the latest chosen. And nobody knew that until, about a month and a half ago. When Germany did the DNA work, they didn't believe it. They sent it to Denmark, and Denmark did it and got the same results. They sent it to America, and Americans did it and got the same results. I am a children. I am a child. I am a descendant of the chosen of the Most High, God of Israel. So is my wife, so is all Alkebulanese Americans. That's who we are. But more than that, we are what God has been aiming for ever since he first put the first man here. We are the super hybrid that God has been trying to create. And our job is to teach pink people humanity. Okay. Our ancestors had to go through slavery in order to get to the point where they could free these other Jews. They went through being doubted whether they were human. They went through the Roman Catholic Church trying to steal their humanity, their history, their gifts given to them by their ancestors, their inheritance that they get by being who they are. The Roman Catholic Church now is admitting, yeah, we tried to steal it. Yeah, we lied. Yeah, We're going to see if we can get them to finance our edutainment tour. That's what God told them to do. Read Deuteronomy 28 to the 31st chapter, especially 31st chapter, 18th verse. When God said, when my children realize who they are, give them a song. We have the song. And we're going to end up with this one last song. It's all about artists, which our ancestors turned into. They turned into artists doing everything. They turned into artists doing anything. Just walking down the street with that cat stride, dressing. You didn't wonder why I look like this? Ancestors. And just like all artists, no matter if your artistry is music, painting, sculpture, or words, you put a piece of yourself in your art. And as every artist knows, that's a price the artist pays. The artist always pays the price. We got a song all about it.
The artist pays a price, so you don't have to pay. If only you would listen to what he has to say. There are songs from wisdom, there are songs from hating, there are songs from loving, and there are songs from Satan. There are songs from lust, there are songs from pain. Some songs are done by chosen men, some have been insane. Move children, groove on the line. One time, move children to the right side. Advance children to the light. We're looking good. Oh, advance children to the light. Some songs will show you which way to go. If only you would listen.
Listen up.
There are songs to turn you on, show you how much is missing. Songs we're meant to listen to, be checking out the best. Good songs were sent to man from God to help us pass the test. Life is for learning, and the purpose is joining up with the Lord. 1,000 bodies needed, but your soul is never destroyed. Your love, darling, this is all he requires. And all he wants is a little understanding. Today, something strong can prophesy. A warning from the master. Make your soul listen to him, to make your learning faster. The devil has a special plan to make hot songs for sinners. Then God will turn it around, make good songs for winners. Hey, did you know some songs can corrupt your flesh to dust? The only song that you can live are songs that you can trust. The artist pays a price, so you don't have to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I did. Okay, y'all. That is today's show. We're going to have another show for you next Wednesday. That's going to be even better than this one, if I do say so myself. Until then, we wish you
Peace.
peace, which stands for
Proper education always corrects errors.
That's true, y'all. Peace. made it. Well, I'm tired a little bit differently. I'm dressed as Baba Anwar. If you would like more. Oh, you made it to the end of the video. Well, I am tired a little bit differently. I'm dressed as Baba Anwar. If you would like more of your own understanding, like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
And go to the sites that we have listed around us. The Most High is good.
And the ancestors are kind
Thanks
for having us on your minds.
Peace.